So you might have seen, if you have me on Snapchat, that I asked you all on my story for some questions for a YouTube Q&A. I took it off after about half an hour because I'd had all the questions I thought I needed to create a video. A lot of them are similar like questions, so I'm just going to use like one question on each subject of stuff. Like, that doesn't make sense, but I know what I mean. So yeah, a question that I just wanted to address firstly, I haven't been asked it in the Q&A, but it's literally probably my most asked question on like direct message and stuff, is what camera do I use? I use a Canon EOS M10, which I will link below. I can't show it you because I'm filming off it now. I've never had any other camera. This is the only camera I've ever had. I got it in October, and since then I don't use my phone for photos other than if I don't have my camera with me. So yeah, if you're looking for a camera and you've never had one, I really like this and it works for me. So yeah, I feel like my hair's going to change throughout this video because I'm not feeling it today. So yeah, I will start with the first question. I know a lot of people, when they do Q&A videos, they kind of like read out the names of the people who have sent them the questions in and then read the questions out. I haven't asked anyone if they mind having their name read out, so I'm not going to do that just in case someone didn't want me to do that. So I'm just going to literally flick through and answer the ones that there is. They were all written, I didn't get any like video ones or anything. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. So starting off, the first question is, how many pairs of trainers do you roughly have and what are your current favourite? They're all like to that side of me in a wardrobe. I think, I can't count them all, but I think there's probably about 40, 50 pairs. Yeah, 40, 50. I don't really get rid of trainers. I really like them, so I always wear them. So yeah, and they've got like a wardrobe of their own and they all stay in their box. Sometimes people ask me, how do I keep them all so clean? They're actually, most of them are trashed, but the ones that are clean, everything stays in their box. So yeah. And my current favourite are my Chanel ones that I literally just got a couple of weeks ago, a week ago maybe. I am in, oh, I've marked them already. I am in love with them. I have looked for these for, I reckon I probably saw them a couple of years ago maybe, or about a year ago. And I thought, oh my god, how do you get them? Like, where from? Never found anywhere that was selling them. I think they were in Selfridges because that's where they were from. I bought them off another girl, but she'd originally got them from Selfridges because she sent me the receipt and stuff. So I think they were in Selfridges, but I'm guessing now, I'm not sure, but that they're in old season. So either they're not stocked anymore, or when they were stocked they kind of went quite quickly. So yeah, they're my favourite at the minute, and I keep wearing them quite a lot, and I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to wear them like for nice things, although to nice things do wear trainers. But yeah, they're my current favourites. Although, to say they're my current favourites, all I ever wear is my pink Stan Smiths, really. They're always like in my room, so I just chuck them on. They're my go-to trainers. So the next one is, what kind of music are you into and what do you prefer more, lyrics or the melody? I would say, I don't know actually, I only really listen to music in the car or when I'm at the gym. And I always use Apple Music, so I just go on like the playlist they've already created. Let me see the ones I go on, then we'll know what I like. I usually click on the A-list hip hop playlist. Urban throwback. So probably like R&B hip hop I like. Most of the old stuff I like. I'm not a massive fan of some of the new stuff. I sometimes listen to the playlist New Fire. Or It's Lit. Yeah, they have good music on, so yeah, probably like R&B, hip hop. And what do I prefer, the lyrics or the melody? Different for each song. Sometimes I like the words, and sometimes just like I like how catchy a song is, if you know what I mean. So the next one is, what inspires you the most when it comes to outfit creation and trends? Like, is it social media or celebrity looks, etc.? What inspires me the most when it comes to outfit creation? I do like to follow trends in some senses. Like flared sleeves at the minute, I like them. I don't just like them because they're in trend, I like them anyway, but I think when something comes, like, is on trend and is back in fashion, that's when you remember it, so you remember that you like it. So I don't think it's a bad thing to follow trends. I don't think always follow it and just get something because it's on trend. There's some trends I don't like. Flared jeans, I think are they in? I feel like they are, but I don't think I'd ever wear them because they don't suit me also. But that's not a trend I like. So yeah, I've forgotten the question. That was nothing to do with the question, was it? What inspires you the most when it comes to outfit? So what inspires me the most is, yeah, trends in some sense, and celebrities. Yeah, social media. I get a lot of it off social media, because if you like something that someone's wearing, like how they've styled a white shirt or something, and you style it similar, I guess that inspires me. If I see a picture of it and I like it. I think there's a fine line between copying someone's entire outfit and taking inspiration from it. Yeah, I feel like it's not, I don't know, it's hard to say what I'm trying to say. But yeah, celebrity looks, I don't think it's a bad thing to like what celebrities wear. Some of them dress horrible, I think. They're not my cup of tea, but like, I think as much as people think like, oh, the Kardashians, they do dress good. They do, like, they have stylists that are really good, so obviously they dress well. So yeah, I feel like it sounds a bit sad, but I take inspiration off what they wear, because they wear all different stuff, because there's like 5 of them. Is there 5 of them? 5 of them. Yeah, they all dress differently, so looking at them is quite inspiring in outfits. Nothing else, I don't think. Although I do like them. I'm not going to be someone who's like, oh, I hate the Kardashians, because I don't, and I watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, so I don't hate them. What else? I really like, yeah, so I'd say celebrity and Instagram is where I get most of my inspiration from for outfits. Another thing I get inspiration from is like the H&M magazine. I get that however often it comes out, and I really like that, and the ASOS magazine, and just general, you know, when you signed up to like a fashion magazine, the stuff in there I think's really, like, to have a subscription to something is a good thing, because there's always lots of stuff to inspire outfits in those. So the next one is, what are your favourite brands? I feel like I answered what my favourite store was, but this is probably a little bit different. My favourite brands, the ones I shop at the most, are H&M, everything on ASOS, Topshop, Monkey, Weekday, COS, And Other Stories, Bershka, Mango, Stradivarius. I'm trying to think of where I go when I go shopping in London and what route I take to where I go. Zara. So they're some of the main stores and brands that I really like and shop at the most. The next question is, which country in Europe would you like to visit the most and why? I think Sweden, because I would quite like to go to Stockholm. I just heard it's really good and they've got really cool shops there, and yeah, I think it's just somewhere I've always wanted to go. Maybe I should just go. Don't know why I haven't been. If I want to go so much, don't know why I haven't been. So yeah, that's where I'd probably most like to go. Another one is, how do you budget for your clothes shopping? I'd love to keep up with all the trends, but I find it hard to budget enough money. Well, I spend a lot. Oh, I've just lost all the other questions. There we go. I spend most of my money on clothes. I'd say 90% of it, 95% of it, and the rest is on food. Yeah, so I don't really know how you can budget. I don't, as much as I buy a lot, I feel like I buy a lot of clothes, I don't like spending. I'm quite good at saving, so I sometimes will save for a while, and then I've done it a few times, just go to London and not put a budget on what I'm spending, because I've saved enough to have a bit of a spree. Then I will just go buy everything that I like on one day, and then I feel like you've got so much stuff from one day that you don't feel like you need to go again. So when you save up again, do it again if you want. But that's what I think I do. And also shop well, like buy staple pieces. I think buying staple pieces is definitely a way to like budget well and stuff, or set a certain amount aside each week or month or whatever of how much you want to spend on clothes. And don't, just because sometimes I used to think when I like, oh, I've just been paid, I've got to like, I've just been paid, so what do I do? Like, I've got to go and buy something. But don't do that, because I would say don't do that anyway, because I used to do it, and then I used to just buy stuff like clothes because they were alright, and then when it came to finding something I really liked, I wouldn't have the money for it, and I'd have loads of stuff that I didn't really want. So yeah, maybe don't get too carried away when you get paid, because when I used to work for H&M, you used to get paid every 2 weeks, and I used to just spend the whole lot like in a couple of days, and it was a stupid thing to do. So yeah, maybe just don't get too excited when you get paid and buy everything and buy staple pieces, because then you buy less but you wear them more and you love them more. So I say maybe, yeah, that's the best advice I can give. Okay, so the next one is, when did you start blogging and how did your blog become popular? I think I started blogging over 2 years ago, just under 3 years ago, probably more, over 2. And what was it? How did your blog become popular? I don't really know how. I don't even know if it is classed as popular, but I don't know how it's grown, if you know what I mean. I guess I've just stayed at it, and I haven't like taken a dip in it. I haven't stopped for like a week or 2 weeks, or, well, I have on my actual blog, but I use Instagram as like my main outlet for it. So just kind of stayed consistent with it. So yeah, I think there's not a better answer I can give, sorry. The next question is, how did you meet with your boyfriend? Basically he messaged me. We went to the same school, but I didn't know he went to it, and he didn't even know I went to it, so that's weird. We were in different years, so yeah. And then, so yeah, one of my friends was like, oh, I think you'll like this person. I was like, oh, like whatever, I don't know who that is. And then so just left it, and then weirdly, like a week or 2 weeks later, he messaged me, which was just a weird coincidence that she'd said that and then he messaged me, considering we'd never spoke. We had no idea who each other were. It was just weird, so it kind of went from there. Plus he lives like 2 minutes away from me, so there was just a lot of things in common. So that's how we met. Next question is, have you always had the same style, or how has it developed? I think I've always had the same style in terms of it's always been very basic, but I think it has developed in that I used to be very against wearing anything other than like black and white and grey, although saying that, yeah, but now I'm definitely more into like more daring, I guess. Not even daring, but than what I used to be. So I think it's developed in that sense. And I also only used to wear like big oversized cuts, like fitted things, and never like tight anything, never like short skirts. I'd always wear like culottes or really baggy trousers or joggers and a massive jumper. And I still really like that style, and I still do wear that all the time. But I think I've ventured out a little bit more. I do like high-waisted skirts, and I do like more girly things, I guess it is. I do like lacy tops. So yeah, it's definitely developed, but I think like the core basics of what my style is has always stayed relatively the same. I feel like a little grandma, like it looks like I'm in a blanket, but this is a cardigan, by the way, and it's freezing. Okay, so the question that is next is tips on how to gain more exposure on social media and keep followers engaged. I actually get direct messaged this quite a lot as a question on how do you gain like more followers? And I wish there was a simple explanation for me to give you, like you do this and there you go, but that's not the case. So tips on how to gain more exposure on social media. It's really hard because there is no simple answer. I know a lot of people use hashtags. That does get you some exposure if people search the hashtags. I used to use them when I first started out, but I think they could be good if you're just starting out on blogging. I think tagging, always tag brands in your images, not just like random ones, but like what you're wearing, because they do look through their tagged photos, because you can tell like people get regrammed because they've tagged the brand in the photo. So that's a good thing, because if they regram you, that's a really good way of exposure. So yeah, always tag the brands, I'd say, that are in your photos. And to keep followers engaged, again, I don't know any special like remedy for this, but I always find that staying consistent keeps your followers engaged in a sense. I noticed when I first started out blogging that I would like not post for a few days. I now post like all the time, but I used to not post that much. So stay consistent with your posting, like keep things interesting, change it up a bit. So yeah, different outfits, different things. I know I always used to find like I haven't got that many outfits to like keep picturing, but it's just styling things different way. You can picture the same shirt 4 times but with something different, and you've got 4 different outfits. So don't feel like you can't blog because you don't have the means to do it, because you can always work something out. Where are you from and how long did it take for your blog to become successful? I am from Nottingham. I live here now. I moved away like when I was little, but I came back, so yeah, I live in Nottingham. It's pretty boring here. How long did it take for your blog to become successful? I don't know. I don't know if I'd class it as successful now. I feel like I'm always wanting more from it, so I don't know. I guess if I've been doing it for over 2 years, so just over 2 years is how long it's taken to get it to where it is now, if that's kind of what you mean. Next question is, have you studied in fashion or anything? Nope, I haven't studied. Why do I keep saying studied? I haven't studied in fashion or anything. I did GCSEs. I feel like I took textiles at GCSE. I think I did, but I'm pretty sure I scraped through that with the lowest grade you could get as a pass. So yeah, and then I went on to do A-levels. I did the first year of doing textiles, and that was so boring. Like I thought, oh, I really like clothes, I really like fashion, textiles is the way to go. It was horrific. They literally, I like making stuff, I like sewing, I sew now still, but I don't want to make a cushion with patchwork, embroidery, wax painting, pastels, crayons, and then pleat it all. And that was like what they wanted you to do, and I was like, no, I can't do this. This is like, I like making stuff, and I understand there's a lot of like detailed work that goes into patterns and stuff, but I don't want it all on one cushion. Like, I'd want to make them nice, and I feel like it just wasn't. So yeah, so I felt like I tried in that, but I obviously didn't do well because I was not interested in it at all. It wasn't what I expected to be. So after the first year of A-level, I dropped textiles and I picked up business management, and I've done that at foundation degree as well, which I finished. I only did the first 2 years, and I stopped doing that last year. Yeah, last year. So yeah, business management was a lot more interesting. I think I prefer the marketing side of fashion, and I really like the creative side of it, but I don't know how cut out I am for it. I really like the marketing side, the social media side, how stuff gets advertised and why it's advertised like that and how it works. So yeah, that is what I've studied. Next question is, what's your favourite season when it comes to fashion? It has to be winter, haha. It is winter. I like layering, so yeah, winter is my favourite season. How would you describe your style? I would say simple, oversized sometimes, whilst also a little bit feminine. Feminine sometimes, but not all the time. I don't know, it's very different all the time. I don't think I really have a specific, this is my style. I'm quite open to what I like. I'm not like, I feel like you can style anything up to be nice with the right like other pieces to go with the outfit. That's most of the questions done, and I'm pretty sure that my camera's going to die, so I'm just going to end it here, I think. But I did want to say one more thing that I haven't been asked in the Q&A, but I get asked again a lot in direct message and stuff, is like, how do I grow my blog? How have you grown yours? How do you get followers? Which I've kind of already said, but there is no quick fix into gaining followers. I know it's kind of what, when you first start out, like, that's what you want, and that's what I wanted too, but it just takes time and effort, and yeah, just put the time into it. It's a really hard question to answer when I get asked it, and I feel like the answer I give isn't good enough, but it's because there isn't a special fix for it, and you just have to stay at it. Like I said, it's took me over 2 years to get to where I am now, and I don't class my blog as being a big one or really successful or anything, because there's there's always someone bigger and better, and there's loads of people bigger and better than me. Don't think that you can't start it either, because I used to think, oh no, I really want to start a blog, but I'm not going to, because like people think, oh that's stupid, like what is she doing? Which I think people did think when I first started a blog, and you know what, I don't even care. You know, loads of people message me say like, oh like I don't know what my friends will think. Like, who cares what your friends will think? Like, if they think something bad, they are not your friend. They're not. So yeah, if you're thinking of starting a blog, then just do it. Literally, all you have to do is fly. You just literally, I went on WordPress, created a blog. It can take you like 10 minutes to quickly set one up, and there you go, you've got a blog. So yeah, I hope that's answered some questions that some of you might have wanted to know. If not, maybe I should do another one of these, I don't know, it depends how many more questions people have. So yeah.